wait.
That's got to go
When
up.
you're live. I ain't worried about that. Go.
Hey, this is the D by D podcast on this August 20th, 2017, and we riding the bayou right now at the Bayou Swamp Bar. While it's closed down, we're gonna have a little fun in here, a little quiet VIP fun with Darin Da Burna, the brand new owner of this place. And I've been knowing this dude. It's got to be 20 plus years, man. We had some fun stories together, bro. I'm gonna get into that later, but first, what we can talk about, we'll go straight into Saints football because you can voice your frustrations. So, how you feel about that?
How you feel about the Saints handling preseason so far?
Jump, man.
Past few years have been the same
Look, man,
shit.
Breeze got to get some reps in. You know, I feel him as our leader. You know what I mean? Him as our leader, he's got to get some reps in, man.
Right.
It takes him a game or two to get accustomed to everything. Then they talk about AP's not playing tonight. AP don't know the offense at all.
No, and they, I think it's gonna be easier for him to adjust. But Breeze needs at least a drive per game. Week 3 is the week where they said they play the most. You know what I'm saying? Where they actually go out and they play them, get the most reps, and it's the best thing you're gonna see to a regular season game. But him not at least getting a drive, leaves us in question. But I can't see him not getting one tonight.
Look, Breeze is one thing, man, but you got to let AP get up in that, man. AP ain't played a down of real football in how long?
About 2 years,
right? And
a little bit
last year, but then he got hurt again.
Do you think the experience factor comes into play? Do you chance again? Any given play, any play can get hurt at any point during practice, walking down the stairs. Do you risk? AP's an experience. He knows the play. He knows to hit the A gap or the B gap in your language. He knows what to do. But do you risk him on a rookie or a second year guy trying to make a name for himself on a preseason field, trying to tackle AP and put a little extra twist?
I think he needs a drive. I think he needs a drive.
Coming from played some arenas, some semi-pro for years. Listen, when you come back from an injury, the first thing you're worried about is that first initial contact. Right. They're not letting nobody. It's powder puff football right now. You understand what I'm saying? That's what it is right now. Nobody's hitting nobody. Right. Nobody got live yet. He's never took a big shot yet. You know what I'm saying? And remember something. The playbook about 360 pages long.
Especially someone like Sean Payton.
You know what I'm saying? Our playbook's like 360. Somebody like New England, like Green Bay, the big name teams, they got big playbooks. That's what makes our offense so great. Somebody like Cleveland, on the other hand, not so much.
Right. And if it is big, they're not using it all, right? They're not utilizing. They can only give you the quarterback in hand.
Do you think the way Sean Payton's been handling these last few preseasons coincides with these poor starts we've been having the season? He's 1-3, 0-4.
I do. Look at Breeze's numbers. Breeze's numbers get better at the end of the season, in the middle of the season, because he's getting back into, he should have at least a drive tonight. Then next game he should play half. Then he should play the fourth preseason game. He should come out at least after the first half.
And I think he's gonna get. If the less he gets in the beginning, I think the more he's gonna get closer to week 1.
Usually your third game is your telltale game, and your fourth game is your sit down game.
Right.
But again, in the AP thing, I would rather AP take that big hit on the practice field rather than take it against a rookie or a sophomore that's trying to get a name.
You're never going to take it in the practice. It's not going to happen. It's a wrap-up. There's nobody dropping the bombs.
Well, this is what I'm getting at. Like, he needs to take it in a preseason game. When you first start a game, the first game, you're playing ones against ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, so let him go out there with the ones that are not trying. They're just trying to get some reps in, get out there, get the speed down, and you don't want to put him in there in the fourth quarter. You trying to, you know what I mean? Like when they got everybody trying to earn a spot on the roster rather than just getting in the timing. And he's, for me, like, I think he's at a point where, dude, I mean, he's going to be fine. As long as he's healthy, I think he's going to learn the playbook in the real.
Anybody watching, share your thoughts.
In week 1. But.
Everybody watching with us, share your thoughts.
This is
what you think.
Man, look, snap us here.
The St. Bernard's first
interactive podcast, the D by D podcast.
So you got questions for D Burna, Paul, Pat, and myself?
Anybody listening to the Soul Tribe record want to,
want to comment on that? You can go to SoundCloud.com you can go listen, download for free. The Soul Tribe record. It's four-track EP, and we were discussing, and I think that's what we're gonna do. The game kind of changed a little bit, so we'll be doing more EPs rather than LPs, which is whole version albums. And because the attention span in the music industry is real short today, so it's more about singles and how fast you can get those out in your video structure, and that's what we're working on. But besides that, we're gonna stray away from that, and it'll be on YouTube soon. We're finishing up the last couple songs for the YouTube videos, so it'll be available on YouTube videos. But you can go check all our podcasts, all our former podcasts, the music that's on there now. There's probably about 40 songs on there right now. The Higgnz YouTube page, Higgnz. But forget about me. Let's go back to the burner, man. Like I said,
So you played ball. You played
Right.
ball for
Here's
a
a
while.
little
Coached
history.
my son for a few years.
I played a little bit, you know.
Well, give us a little history from where you started high school, played a little this, and then you went to coaching. Give us a little rundown.
Funny
Let us
thing-
know about Darin.
Funny thing, I was little all my life, as y'all know that I was a little dude.
you skinny,
Actually,
man. You look skinny.
so was
You
I.
skinny, man.
Yeah, I was a little skinny dude, short too. You know, actually, my wife now it got me kicked off the Shelman's football team. I don't want to carry a tackle on dummy, and she was a sports manager, I guess you want to call it, and she got me kicked off or whatever. And then quit school, got some trouble, as everybody knows, and then I decided to straighten up, and I joined the military. 1999, I ended up having to go back to school. I graduated 2000 at 20 years old, but I still did my thing. And then I joined the military, and then it's freezing in the morning, man. So once I was done with basic training, I went to advanced training, and I met this cool dude, man. He was like, man, if you don't want to do PT in the morning, you can come play football. I was like, well, I like playing football.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I played for any place I went. Fort Jackson, I went to Fort Lee, I went to lots of different places. They always would have a football team. So that's how I started playing semi-football.
So there's like an intramural football league in the military?
Yeah, well, what it is, it's semi-pro. They got semi-pro leagues around the country, all over.
Everywhere.
And then what happens is a bunch of dudes got up the team, on
Air
base
Force
and
had
stuff
them
like
too.
that.
Yeah, the Air Force had them.
Yeah, Air Force, Navy, and all of them, they have the same thing. And then they have the big colleges. That's a college. West Point's a college, Army, Navy, stuff like that. But then, so I did that around, and then when I came back home, I just kept continuing to play. I like playing. Due to health issues, I can't play no more.
Yeah.
But I enjoy coaching now. I actually coached.
Coached my son,
So,
last year.
Can we dabble? We had dabbled this in a couple podcasts ago. Let us know where football is heading these days. What do you think about these
The pussification of
the breakdown and
Listen,
of
bro.
football? Is football still football? Or is football? Are we getting away from football? Are we getting away from?
Listen, let's keep it 100. Pretty soon they're gonna put a flag on these quarterbacks pretty soon. I mean, I started out at linebacker, and usually how it goes in semi-pros, kind of like the pros, but you start off at linebacker, and you got a little bit of speed. But older you get, the slower you get, you progress your way to the line, so you're not that far away from the ball. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So I started off at linebacker, outside linebacker, middle linebacker, and then I went to defensive end. But as far as football, you can't even touch them no more. They don't want you to hit them low, but you can't hit them high. You can't even graze their helmet. Like a pump fake and you just graze, that's supposed to be technically a penalty.
The speed of the contact is so fast that's where the bad calls are coming from. They're not hesitant to throw them anymore.
Well, the good thing
they're
about
so reluctant to throw the flag.
Canadian football, people don't like it because people just don't want to pay attention to it, but it's nice. You only get 3 downs.
Right.
But say they call a holding penalty, you could throw the challenge flag.
Right.
So you can challenge
the
a penalty.
It slows down.
Right.
I got a question from Brandon Brewer. It was asking, what is your best form of recovery after, say, on-field game?
Practice.
A practice. Is it a bath salt? Is it ice baths?
Who's that from, Brandon?
Yeah. Oh, Brewer. What's up, Brandon?
Brewer? Listen,
I like the Eclipse. Just letting you know, I like the Eclipse.
Bro, I appreciate that Eclipse video that you sent. But listen,
he said I haven't checked it out yet.
Listen, good luck with that.
I seen the titty video he sent the other night.
For me, man, it's an ice bath. But I'm a chicken shit, to be honest with you. So I sit in and somebody's got to dump the ice water on top of me. But listen, once you get used to taking an ice bath, there's nothing that recovers the body like that. I mean, Brewer, you know, he's MMA career. He's, you know, boxed before. He's, you know, well trained. He understands that. You know, that's one of the greatest things that you can do is take an ice bath. And then if you're at the house, be nice, hot as you can get it with some Epsom salt. And you know,
and I can understand the ice. Like I got a shoulder injury. You know what I'm saying? And just icing it down does better than anything. You know, so I can just imagine the whole, you know, just doing the ice bath.
Me, man.
12 ounce girls, knock that shit right out there.
Man, you like your dad. Y'all drink the 8 ounces, man.
The ponies, huh?
Right. You know, but so
they stay cool.
Shout out to Papa Poncho, man. That's my boy.
But yeah, man. So that's what I like. I'd rather coach now, man. I enjoyed your son. Your son you can't teach heart, man. You know, you just told me he didn't make AJ's team. They just don't understand the heart that kid's got. I mean, dude,
my stepson made AJ's team.
Did he?
And
listen, you don't understand. This dude's arm swelled about twice, and I said, you know, I called his wife over. I said, look, man, you got to take dude to the hospital. And he was crying, please, coach, don't send me right now. I'm trying to stay with my team. You know what I'm saying? We had a decent little team last year, you know.
Yeah, decent is understated.
Again, we had to buy
shout out to ball.
I didn't do it to you, bud. I didn't do it to you, man.
Well, what happens is when people can't play anymore, their heart's still in it, and like that's where you know, coaching is the best thing you can do to keep yourself involved in the game afterwards. And like I did coach for five years. I had the girls, you know, but I mean, it's just it's almost the way it's described. It's a complex way of playing a video game, right? Because you're pushing the buttons and the kids are making the plays, you know, and you're an extension of the team. So your mistakes reflect on them. Their mistakes reflect on you. And it's great.
Is it true you coach women?
I actually still own the Louisiana Jazz. If you look them up, I own a women's football team. I actually coach them. Women's a little bit different sport, man. You can't really, you know, it ain't like the guys, and it definitely ain't like the kids, man. It just it's a lot different, you know.
What about that Vegas league? I know you know what I'm talking about.
The lingerie football league?
Right. Is it the same thing? Is it the same rules?
No, not what I own. I own a 53. You can have up to 53 ladies on the team, 100-yard field.
So it's 11 on 11 then?
It's just NFL rules.
Oh, it's uniform.
It's uniform. It's dudes bigger. I mean, it's girls bigger than us, man.
Right.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I had one of my offensive linemen. Her name's Sweetie. Shout out to Sweetie because, you know, that's she's probably watching or whatever because I shared it. But, dude, she's big and she's solid, man. She's actually one of the first women that ever was security of one of the clubs on Bourbon Street. I actually hired her.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, when I was managing Little Darlings, you know, she's solid, man.
I could use her. Right? There's something I can do with her.
But let's dibble on the coaching a little bit, man. I think the problem with coaching is some of these parents who never really won a championship, or let's just be honest, they were terrible at ball.
Right.
All right? Keep it 100.
Right.
They the ones that are out here coaching, which give them props for coaching, but they got to understand it's for the kids. You know what I'm saying? It's not about them. You know, I don't ever tell nobody, oh, I went undefeated last year. Nah, man, my kids went undefeated last year. Yeah, we put them in position. Me and Chubbs, man, Chubbs did a hell of a job with the offense, and I coach defense, man. That's what I do. I'm a defensive coach. You know,
you play defense.
Okay, so we got one high school right here in St. Bernard. We got one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Out of all these kids, why is it we can't produce a state type championship team?
They starting to come around.
In St. Bernard. We got top-notch facilities. We got the best in the state.
We're gonna go right back to where I started before. Coaching. Man. Coaching. You got to remember something.
Is it starting at the lower level, or is it something at the high school?
Well, you got to remember something. Our kids, it's a lot different, man. Because remember something, like big name schools. Let's go with John Curtis, by far the greatest program in state history.
I teach him at 5 years old.
Right, but like your nephew that I just you see, if he's good at ball, he's gonna be out there at PE, or like your son, they're gonna come up. Hey, what's his name? Oh, that's his name. Hey, what's his parents' number? You're gonna call up you and say, listen, he's not PE no more. He's now in football PE. This goes on from second grade. That's what happened with Joe McKnight. Rest in peace. Yeah. But that's what happened with him. Right. You know what I mean? And that's development, man.
But we can go even further and say that, okay, yeah, Chalmette does have this big program, but the most elite athletes they get fined. They go to Curtis. Like, they'll leave Chalmette to go to Curtis. You know what I'm saying? Like, Curtis
they go to Jasmine.
Right, they'll give them.
These kids can't touch the field as a freshman because these schools don't want to hurt people's feelings, so they keep all these kids. I went to like 2 or 3 Chalmette games last year. I'm an alumni. I went my last game I went and watched was with my wife. It was for a reunion or whatever it was. Listen, bro, it's bullshit. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. Chalmette was a state caliber team last year. They had one of the best safeties. He broke the record for most interceptions
in the school.
You got a sophomore, and I think his name's Brandon Harmon. I might be mispronouncing the last name. He was a sophomore, broke records. The kid's good, white boy too. You know what I'm saying? Right. They got a couple of nice kids, man. Coaching, man. In order to be a good coach, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you can prepare all week, but you have to adjust, bro. That is the key to being a good coach is adjustments. That's why Belichick's the best, bro. You got to be able to adjust. If what you planned on working, it ain't boxing.
Can't be fighting.
This ain't fighting. In fighting, you already know what he's going to do. People's mechanically that way. They're going to come do the same thing. Maybe even a little bit different. But
right. You can't. Right. You got subs on the bench that are hungry.
But I mean, like the whole lacrosse game last year, you got to be kidding me, man. I was actually putting our decals on our helmet last year. Right. Me and my wife, man. And I'm watching Holy Cross game, and all right, Brandy, I see you over there with the Dirty Birds. We don't like them Dirty Birds.
No,
you know how we feel. No. She said that they lost. They lost to Pittsburgh or whatever. But so anyway, I was watching, man. I almost broke my phone, man. Them dudes had like their second string quarterback, like their third string right tackle.
Yeah,
I didn't see any. I didn't know. And the second string got blown up.
Yeah.
First game out. So we played them hurt. Right. And then you have to settle for a field goal to try winning the game that gets blocked, which was a penalty, by the way. It should have been called because you can't hop over. If you hop over and you touch any part of them, that's supposed to be a penalty. That's supposed to be a penalty. Yeah. So, but you can't.
So it was a hop over in the high school.
Listen, me. I'm Seahawks. I know most of the coaching staff at Chalmette. And with all due respect, man, listen, if you can't win the big game against Holy Cross, it's almost that time, man. Look at Les Miles.
Yeah.
Look at Les Miles. Yeah. Les Miles had a great collegiate career.
Could beat Alabama.
Well, I can go as far as saying if you think there's politics in college ball, there's just as much politics in high school,
especially down south, right? High school football.
Right. The problem is you got to win the big game, man. You just got to beat your
Look, I can go as farther and speak on genetics because, like, in Chalmette, we're not really sized human being. Like, our average height is probably 5'8", 5'9". You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
but man, we got heart, bro. You can't coach heart, bro.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not taking anything away from that. But what I'm saying is, like, you look at some of these other big programs and you see these, they're just genetically gifted when they, and they have more to choose from. Even though Chalmette is all the kids go to that one school, but like when you go to other bigger cities.
Read the bottom. Ruiz, same Tucker. Hey, look. Hey, Ruiz, let's keep it real, man. I know Tucker, man. We're not going for nobody's job, man. We're just trying to say maybe adjustments, man. Adjustments.
Right.
I think we got the coaches in place, man, that we just need to maybe learn that if the game plan's not working correctly, maybe it's time to do a little adjustment. You know what I mean?
Well, you do.
Again, we are an interactive podcast. Well, shoot some questions to any of one of us.
This is a philosophy that this is a definite approach that anybody should take in life. If you're reaching for a goal and you keep doing the same thing over and over again and it don't work, it's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to adjust. That's just natural. You can't take the same approach and expect different results.
I've literally been in a local ballroom. It was probably like 2-3 years ago with a local head coach of one of our teams. And literally sat next to me and said, our kids had no chance of winning basically anything. And he's a well-known coach down here. He literally told me.
But then you know what he needs to do, right? He needs to retire because let me tell you something. Last year in the draft, he played around. I'm not gonna say the coach's name, but we drafted last year. It was me, Chubbs, And Coach Terrence Sanchez too. Forgot to
Shout out to
mention.
T, man.
Yeah,
Shout out to
I seen
Terrence.
him earlier.
Yeah. So we did our draft, man, and then they were like, man, you outmatched, man. They're bigger than y'all. They're gonna be stronger than y'all. So we gonna be all right.
I seen said coach at practice a couple nights later, and he said, "Y'all don't stand a chance. We too big. We too strong. Y'all can't mess with us."
It's not about that, man. You know, like I watch. If you have a kid, you on the parents page for the recreation department. Man, these parents on here crying. Where's cheating? And it's listen. It's not about you, man. Teach your kids to win. I don't like to lose at anything. Let's get it right. But you have to lose in life. You're never going to go undefeated.
You don't learn anything.
Right. You're gonna lose.
Right. You understand? It's about how you come back from that. Now, I've been lucky the past couple of years. I think the past 3, I think I've been on 2 undefeated teams, and 1 we lost in the championship game. Got 3 touchdowns called back. We lost by 6.
Right.
But you know, the whole point is you got to teach your kids to lose, man. You know, you can't always think because you have the bigger team. Well, they're the bigger team, yes. If you looked at them and you looked at us and you was a betting man, you would have bet all your money that they would have won the game, and it wasn't even. I don't think that we had a close game last year. I mean,
Not the few I went to.
I think 20 points was about the closest that we had. You know what I mean?
And I've coached, like I said, I've coached about 5 or 6 teams. 5 or 6 years, I'm sorry. And I had a lot of successful teams. And then, like, the most successful one, I had 1 undefeated softball team that I coached. All right? And we almost lost the championship game because they never knew how to bounce back from a loss. We did win in the end, but it's always good. Like, you feel good about your team losing that game. Like, right before, remember I lost a basketball game right before the playoffs. We're going in as the 1 seed, so it really didn't count. But the girls were kind of getting lackadaisy, and they were complacent because human nature is complacency. Well, it's like we needed that loss.
They said that about those 7 Patriots. They said those 7 Patriots would have lost one of them games towards the end of the year. No way they lost.
Well, I remember watching that game, and I know it was the last game of the season, but you could tell the Giants, they didn't match up well against the Giants that year. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Giants are like, this is somebody who can beat them. And
if you remember the Giants, like, they had to go on the road 3 times in the playoffs. They got to
right.
Let's do this. We talk about NFL, so we got Paul's predicament. Paul done went front and back and side to side on his predictions.
He's all over the place.
So what is your predicaments? We actually went game by game and broke it down. Paul went from 5 and 11 to 11 and 5.
No, it was 9. It was 7 and 9, and I think we readjusted and went 11 and 5. But I'm going to do it again.
No,
the week
11
before.
and 5. Are you out your box?
Thank you.
11 and 5. There's no way in hell. There's no way that the Saints win 11 games this year. I'll tell you that right now. It's not going to happen. The Saints are not going to win 11 games. I'm going to tell you that. If you got to depend on the arm of Drew Brees and our running game, which is going to be a lot better this year, especially with the rookie. The rookie's going to shock people.
That's what I'm looking forward to see. Yeah,
the rookie's going to shock people, you know. But I'm still going with what I said in the beginning. I'm going with 7 and 9. I'm saying 7 and 9, 8 and 8. But to be honest, I think even with that record, I think we could sneak into the playoffs. I don't think we going to the Super Bowl. I'm not one of them. In my heart, we're going undefeated and win the Super Bowl every year.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean,
you know, I'm a who that.
We want to
be. Like still
right. We still stuck in the past.
Right. You know what I mean? But listen, I'm saying that. I mean, you got to figure we're playing Minnesota the first game. All right, which is going to be tough. They're going to be out for blood, especially when they keep dipping. And then you have, arguably, and in my opinion, the greatest quarterback to ever play the game coming to town.
I agree.
Season opener.
Oh, yeah.
Home season opener is against the Patriots. You understand? Right. And I will not be attending, even though I am a Patriots fan. I am a Saints fan first and a Patriots fan. I will not be attending any Saints games this year.
Why not?
I do not support the city of New Orleans, man. Just don't do it, man.
Let's get into that.
That's just, you know, we really ain't get.
Okay.
we really ain't got to get into it, man. The only thing I know is just that I don't support. You know, I don't like trouble. I'm not a racist person. I don't care. As long as you don't do me wrong, I'm not against blacks, whites, Asians. I don't care if you're straight, if you're gay. That's not up to me, man. You understand? I believe that it's not taught. Look at my. I wish I could show y'all a picture of my football team. Most of my football teams, I was the only white dude on the team.
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah.
And you know, like I don't know if my coach is watching. Coach Luke, he's like a brother to me. But like the first game that the Greater New Orleans Jaguars ever played, we went out in the country. And when I'm talking about the country, son, I thought they was gonna hang me first. Like they were like, wow, you know. But man, I just don't agree with no type of racism, and I don't agree with the way things are developing out there, man. It's okay, like it's your right as an American to protest,
right,
peacefully. It doesn't mean blocking streets, beating up people's cars.
Right. I think it's one thing to protest, but I think it's one other thing to shit on people that oppose your protest.
Well, you know,
I don't have to use these big words against them. Like,
to be honest, I don't care about the statues, man. It's not about the statues. It's nothing to do with that, man. I just don't like the way that stuff's going down, man.
Right.
The city's getting tough, man. I'm not trying to lose my life, man. I got kids, man. You know
I think a lot, and a lot of these protesters, in my opinion, are being misled and provoked in a negative light because they're being misfed inaccurate information. Like we're being smokescreened by mass media to believe a certain way.
In my eyes, people are only going to tell you, you only going to believe what you want to believe. I can't tell Darin something. He's not going to believe anything I tell him unless he truly believes what I'm telling him.
Right.
So I can't make him think something that my views on him. So you got these weak people that they just want to fight for whatever. They just want. Why not put your views or your why don't you do it to a positive way instead of tearing something up? Build something up,
and that's
instead of writing this down. Once you write something positive.
A lot of these people we talking about here never left their hometown, never been around the world. They stay in their hometown their whole life. They only know the people that they know. They never interacted with people that were different than them, so they feel a certain way. And I'm not talking about a specific certain people. I'm talking about this is across the board that they have never had interaction with people outside their own neighborhood, so they don't know how big this world is, how different people are.
I've got two statements I can make for both of them. For one, on your end, the problem is that just because you might believe blue and I believe in red, that doesn't mean that we have a fight over it. It's a friendly debate because you might believe blue and I believe red. Let's just say that. But you might teach me a few things in a debate. You might teach me some things about blue that I never understood before, and I could teach you some things about red that you never understood. Then that's how you grow together.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And because people like him who said they only know one thing, they only understood one thing until they open their mind to that and just think open-minded. And we're at a time in our life where we can see the whole world through that phone.
I think some of us who have a strong opinion should somewhat step up and take a positive view on things. I don't know if the NFL per se has a play into what's going on with the statues. Like I wouldn't necessarily protest the Saints game because of that, or New Orleans in particular.
But he didn't say that.
No, he said he's not going to the Saints game.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
It's not because of the statue.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't, because what's going on in New Orleans isn't a reason why I wouldn't go to the Saints game. I'm just saying season I have season tickets. So I'm still going to go. But what's going on with them protesting has nothing with the NFL. It has nothing. That's my time away from real life.
Yeah,
that's
right.
That's
That's
what.
what some though. Most people that's protesting right now it all started because they think that Colin Kaepernick is getting blackballed by the NFL. All right, now let's get back to the football side of this, and let's get away from all of that. You know, because I think that's just better. Let's be honest. Is he better than some of the starting quarterbacks out there? Kinda, but everybody's got their quarterbacks. Now, should he have if he was Adam Gase, would you have taken him over Jay Cutler? No. Adam Gase and coach.
Oh, no.
One of his best seasons was under Adam Gase.
Right.
The coach for the Dolphins.
Right. That's the whole reason why he took Cutler.
Yes. The Saints were looking at Kaepernick. So was Seattle. A couple other teams. But the problem with it is, one, he wants starter money.
Right.
You're not starting on the Saints body. It's not
especially
happening.
now.
This is number 9 until he's ready to go. Okay, so he's not starting there. He's not going to start from Russell Wilson. Pittsburgh was looking at him. He's not starting over Big Ben. And is a second string anything, not quarterback, second string anything, worth all of the trouble of the media? You could stand, sit for the play. Listen, I'm a veteran. Brewer's a veteran, and I'm sure that if he's on there, he's gonna voice his opinion on this. But I don't care if you sit, I don't care if you stand, I don't care if you kneel, I don't care if You don't take your hat off. That's up to you. You're an American. That is your right as an American.
Right.
That's why people come over here from different countries
Right.
because they want that rights, but in the same sense, they want to put their twist on it. You get what I'm saying? But as an American and as a veteran, I don't care what you do, bro. Like, you can sit, stand, do whatever you got to do. You're not going to step on no flag in front of me, partner. I'm going to tell you that on 1,000. But you can do what you want, man.
So we go. So it's a different circumstance. So the Tim Tebow deal.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Tebow brought a team to the playoffs and actually won playoff game, and you can call it what you want. Never got a chance to play again.
Do you know why?
I mean, is it him and Kaepernick, or is it the same talent, the same?
For me,
well, Tim Tebow confesses faith as a Christian man. You understand? It's kind of weird because yes, I do own the Bayou Swan ball with Snapper, but I am a Christian man still. Right. I still have Christian beliefs. No, nobody's perfect. You understand? But Tim Tebow confessed his faith. You know, the man was a virgin until he was married. You know what I mean? I mean, he was a stud at Florida, and he was a virgin. I mean, just think about that for a minute. You know
it's almost unheard of.
Right. So, you know, the kid used to kneel, and I couldn't stand him when he played for Florida because I'm a Tiger. You understand? But so we kneeled, and you know that. But you know, so he got blackballed, but nobody really made a big deal.
I don't think it's blackballed. I think it's more so they didn't want to deal with the extra headache. If I can get a player who's almost as good as Tebow or Kaepernick to come on in, and I ain't got to worry about media coming in, hundreds of extra media members coming in and asking me questions about a backup quarterback.
That's what I'm trying to say. Is any backup worth it? Any backup, not a quarterback. Any backup, is that worth the extra headaches? No, not when you're trying to concentrate on winning an NFL season.
Right. And my issue with Cap is this.
He's junk.
Well, about the protesting thing. Like, he's kneeling during the national anthem. And then when you ask him about what your reasoning is, it has nothing to do with the military. It has stuff that's going on with the police. He has something running around with the police in the streets. Like that, the military had nothing to do.
My ass on Facebook.
The military had nothing to do with his kneeling. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he's kneeling, and then, like I said, when you ask him why you're kneeling, it had nothing to do with the military. So why are you objecting to the military? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but whatever. That's his right again. You understand? That's his right.
Right.
You know, like a lot of people get mad when I say that, but listen, you can get mad all you want.
Right.
You know anybody personally that lost their life over there?
Right.
Most people don't know anybody personally. Once again, I'm not sure where Brewer's at, but Brewer's a veteran. Brewer's been over there multiple times. You know, right. My friend Nick's a veteran. I got plenty of veterans.
Shout out to Skiro, big time.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mark, man. You know, so you got a lot of veterans, man. So, but like, that's why you fight, man. That's why you do that way people can have that right. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's the way it is. Do I agree with it? No, I don't agree with it.
No, but I think he should have been more proactive with after the kneel. Like, okay, so what are you going to do? Now that you got my attention, what are you going to do about it? You need to take your platform and start organizing peace rather than trying to create more separation.
You know, here's where the blackball. That's how you can tell that he's not blackballed. You seen who sat down for the couple plays, but Marshawn Lynch.
But
I mean, yeah, Marshawn sat there, right?
But the problem is you
think he's not gonna have a job next year?
Yeah, but you got these guys.
He's gonna have a job because he's a starter and he's a stud.
Right.
Cap is not a starter. He's not a stud. I mean, what was he doing? 3-12 in the past 15 games?
And you could we could go as far as switching the story up and look at the Ray Rice situation. Like, if he was a stud, because he was falling, he was declining. Like, they knew he wasn't a one anymore. So you can find somebody who can run like Ray Rice after the facts. Even after what he did, if he was still in his peak, somebody would have gave him a shot. You know what I'm saying? I think, my opinion.
Ray Rice had a lot of things building up to that. That's a lot of – when you pay somebody guaranteed money, even if they get suspended, that's guaranteed. Right. That's why the guarantee is so vital to the game. You understand? But – okay, let's see. Listen. How about them Cowboys? Listen, let's keep it 100 about the Cowboys. I'm not really a big Cowboys fan.
Go to Dallas if you want to talk.
No, listen, I'm not really a big Cowboys fan, but you see what had to happen for them to start winning some games, right? It took a kid from Louisiana to make that happen.
Yeah.
All right, because Dak is from Louisiana, but I mean, listen, what y'all gonna do? I mean, y'all gonna have to run Alfred Morris now because it looks like
McFadden's gonna go too.
Well, McFadden.
Zeke's out for 6 games.
Well, no way, but he went ahead and appealed it, which is a smart thing. But the problem with it is Zeke went to Ohio State, and Ohio State now is trying to come clean so where they don't get no trouble and say.
Are y'all addressing Kenneth? I'm gonna tell Kenneth that the Cowboys suck.
Yeah. Well, Kenny's on here about the Cowboys. Listen. So I don't know if you remember, Kenny, the last time the Saints played the Cowboys, but I mean, let's see, screen pass, CJ Spiller, 80 yards. So listen, Kenny, you go ahead and take that out.
Yeah, I went to Dallas 3 years ago when we beat Dallas.
Right.
Dallas.
So you can go ahead and take that L real quick, man. We talking about
real
about
football team.
Real football.
Yeah.
You know, if you was coming at me with the Patriots or something like that,
We're not living in the 90s here.
I can tell you, and the formula, just to speak up about that, give them their props. The formula that they had last season was great. If you ever watched them play, the holes, like, we could have ran through them holes that were opened up in that line. You know what I'm saying? And Zeke's a stud. So they're gonna they got a lot more success coming down the road. You know? So, but are they good enough to go all the way and get a ring? Well, we have yet to see that. The Cowboys. You know,
I would listen to me. Let me tell you something right now. The Cowboys arguably had the best offensive line. I mean, think about it. They had a 1,000-yard rusher several years in a row. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but you had DeMarco Murray, and then you turn around and it was Darren McFadden.
Yeah,
for
McFadden,
and
then you got
McFadden did have one. Yeah, right. He did.
McFadden did, and Alfred Morris was a 1,000-yard rusher with Washington.
Right.
You got to remember that's with Washington. So I mean, yeah, they definitely have. I mean, then they got Taco Johnson, which I thought was damn.
He was going to be a man.
Yeah, I thought he's good, man. The kid's a baller.
Guy from Michigan.
Yeah, he's a defensive end from Michigan. You know, but I think the Saints been slipping on drafts.
Well, I tell you what,
drafts, free agency, man. I think the Saints, man.
This is one guy we haven't discussed with the Saints who I'm interested in seeing is Manti Te'o. Like, is this guy going to actually resurrect his? Can you imagine if this guy resurrects his career with us?
His girlfriend's got a lot.
I mean, this dude's got a girlfriend that
doesn't exist.
That doesn't even exist. You really must. Listen, the dude's terrible. Like, you look at the stats, man. He's not that. I don't understand what happened with that. Like, no, he's not good. He's not good. I don't like. Stephon Anthony is better than him. Like, I don't understand why you got somebody like that. I mean, unless he's going special teams.
Well, I think they just gave him give some competition to Stephon because look, Stephon really didn't sit well with Dennis Allen's scheme. You know what I'm saying? Like that, he had a huge decline last season because he couldn't pick up on the defense. So
I'm gonna agree with CJ, man. The Atlanta Falcons did blow a 25-point lead in the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl.
Listen, man.
Where was your stance on that? Like when you seen that, did you see that coming down?
Listen, I was actually out by a friend of mine. Me, Jerry Diaz was out there.
What's up, Jerry?
We went by Dustin Buris's house, and him and his wife had us over there for a party or whatever, Super Bowl party. And the whole time, man, I was like, look, man, if anybody can do it, Tom Brady is. I mean, they don't call him Brady for a reason.
Right. I mean,
the dude is unreal. But when you go back, you got to watch on NFL Network, man. But they had him mic'd up, man. They had him, but Edelman, this dude, he the whole time he's like, what? They not going to beat us. They losing by 25 in the third. Right. And Edelman's telling Brady, listen, get your ass up. They not going to beat us. I'm like, who the hell besides the Patriot faithful thought that game? That game. Look at Bow Wow. Bow Wow was already saying, "Give me a ring."
I can tell you what my take on it was. Is I knew at halftime, like you knew New England was going to make a run. Like they were going to adjust.
What was the score at halftime?
25-3, I think, something like that.
21-3, I want to say. And then the first drive,
they went down and scored.
So I mean, listen, I thought too. And then when that happened, I was like, God damn, the defense got to give a little help.
What happened was, I think, in my opinion, I think Atlanta blew the game based on coaching because they should have slowed the game down. And they was like, I think that they lost.
That's not thinking, brother. That's a fact. That's a fact. Listen, you have to run the ball. You let Matt Ryan take a sack on third down in 4. because you're trying to pass the ball. So he takes like a 10-yard sack, which means you out of field goal.
Right.
If you kick the field goal, that's ball. It's not really technically ball game, but I mean it's 2 possessions with under 3 minutes left.
Yep.
You get the ball back.
So how does that affect the
All they had to do was just, they were up 28-3. You just run, and slow the game down as much as you can.
Well, they were trying to pour it on.
Well, they weren't. We can't give them any. We can't let up on them now. We can't let up on them now. And
All right,
that's what you did. You let up on
one of our Lawrence Rankin.
Shout out to Lawrence, man. I coach for the basketball.
Listen, let me give you a little shot. Let me give you a little story about Lawrence real quick while I got you. His son is one of the smallest dudes on the field. He's smaller than your son, all right? But I'm telling you, I called this kid, I gave him the nickname, Praying Mantis, all right? This little dude, bro, he's got the heart of this building, man. Like, I put him on defensive line. He was little. I said, look, the first person you see when you get through the hole, I want you to stone. Dude, he got through, and the first person he seen was that fullback. He stoned the fullback into the halfback. Dang. Put the ball down. That's how the game
That's
goes.
hard.
Like, that kid.
Yeah, I know.
Darin, let's see. Robert said, Darin, you act like you played football. Well, you know, I did play football, and this one time, this girl wrapped my ankles up so bad that on the second play, I had to run off the field because I couldn't feel my knees no more. Want to give a shout out to my wife. You know,
I knew that was coming.
Give a shout out to my wife, man. She puts up with a lot for me. You know, I'm a lot better now. But so let's see here. CJ says, what do y'all think about Sean Payton's future with the Saints?
Well, this year has put up a shut up. Honestly,
Yeah, because
you gotta make
I've literally sat Mickey Lewis's kitchen table. Sat at the kitchen table and had Mickey's not going anywhere. Sean Payton's not going anywhere, and Drew Brees ain't going anywhere.
Listen,
them three cats ain't going anywhere.
Till when? Right. Till Brees retires.
Until Benson dead and gone.
Are you crazy?
I'm telling you.
Benson might live another 12 years. Brees is 39 years old. Brees ain't got but 2 years
But I'm
left.
saying, until Brees is ready to give it up. Brees ain't going nowhere else.
I'm gonna tell you this: if
Brees
Sean
is
Payton, if
retired,
they have another 7-9 season, which I say we're gonna
They
have
ain't
another
going
one,
nowhere.
if they don't fire Sean Payton, I have
They
no
ain't going
idea
nowhere.
what the
Who you
hell's
gonna
going
hire?
on. Chucky
don't come here.
What you mean? Money talks. John Gruden.
Oh,
Chucky.
here.
Why not? He loves the Saints. He's at the practices all the time. Why wouldn't he come here? You think that we can't pay
He's
him more than what he's
money
making?
now. What he's doing, and he don't want the everyday headaches.
Dude, he's making
I don't know. They had a video with John
Money
Gruden.
talks,
He
dog.
still gets up at 4 a.m. and goes and watches game film
Listen,
every day.
the dude, listen, money talks, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen to me. I'm sick of it. Let's see. Kenny, bro, we're not gonna be. Listen to me. We're gonna block you from podcasts from now on. I'm gonna tell you. Talking about we're gonna be last in our division. You on drugs? We are not gonna be last in our division. We will not win our division. We will not win our
Get
division.
past Philly and rest Washington and New
Well,
York.
let me ask you
first.
about Atlanta. The Super Bowl.
Okay.
How does that affect them this year? Mentally, I mean,
To be honest,
it's going to be in the back of your head.
Hey, to be honest, I think the pecking order this year goes: Carolina wins the division. I say the Saints and Tampa are right there for the division.
Atlanta's going?
I think. Listen,
That's
I think Atlanta. I think Atlanta, man, it's just too much hangover.
Well,
man.
you got
Like,
Peyton Manning sitting up there at the ESPYs cracking jokes on
Listen
you.
to me, but I mean, listen to me. Not only that, man. Listen to me. Carolina picked up some players. I mean, listen, Christian McCaffrey's a stud, son. The dude is a straight stud.
Well, no receivers.
Who gonna handle receivers?
Calvin Benjamin is done. You got Delvin. You got Funches after that.
Kelvin Benjamin, but you saying try to say Kelvin Benjamin's terrible?
He's not top 10.
He's
He's probably not top 20.
He
Yeah,
also
but
has
he's got a top
Cam
three
Newton.
He had a
tight end.
sophomore slump last year. I guarantee he's top 10 this year.
Yeah, top 3 tight end.
Can we? Kelvin Benjamin's not going to have numbers like a top 10 receiver has because
Maybe not
Cam
fancy.
Newton is a running quarterback. They're a running system. They play power defense, run the football.
Well, last year they
and
said
pass when it's there.
So,
Last year,
he's a reincarnation of Vic, is what you're saying, right?
no. Last year they
Not
said
a re no.
that's what Carolina back.
Listen, one thing about Vic. Vic had heart. Let me tell you something. In the Super Bowl, if that was Vic and the ball gets knocked out and there's a fumble, hella high water, Vic's diving for that ball and fighting people for that ball. He's not going to look at the ball where it gets recovered by the defense, and that's ball game. Like Cam Newton, listen, he does a lot for his community. He's not really that bad of a guy off the field, but the dude, listen, you got to be kidding me. I would have shit a goal.
He was frustrated. Yeah,
I don't care. You got to get on the goddamn ground.
I'm not disagreeing.
You understand what I'm saying?
I'm saying his head was out of it. At that time, he was like, "Fuck it, we done." You know, like he couldn't even take that.
See, look at this. Look at this right here. All right, this kid right here.
Well, everybody can't.
All right, you can't. Everybody can't see it. But listen, if you're a Saints fan and you're watching the pregame, you understand?
Right,
so we're talking about Michael Thomas right now. That's what we're talking about. Michael Thomas.
That man's got heart.
The kid's a stud, man. I mean, think about it. I mean, we got him. You got Fuller's going to be doing good this year. We got Coleman.
I don't like the Ted Ginn pickup, though.
Wait, what?
I don't like the Ted Ginn pickup. You seen that last week? He dropped the touchdown.
Well, the problem with it is Sean Payton said that in practice he makes more big plays than he drops little plays.
Right.
Now, in a real game, I'd have lost my mind if he'd have dropped the touchdown.
But that's how I am a cool. I can make the off-the-wall shots.
I'm going to tell you right now. I think that Curtis Johnson is a hell of a wide receiver coach. I mean, he didn't have success at Tulane, but
Who has success at Tulane at anything?
Right. He made that. Do you remember Devery Henderson? Remember Devery Henderson when he was coached under Hazlitt? He was Ted Ginn Jr. He couldn't catch the ball. He dropped the ball. When when Sean Payton took over, Devery Henderson was a hell of a deep threat that showed coaching all day long. And I think Ted Ginn Jr. was in a good spot.
Made by Curtis Johnson, dude. Tommy Lee Lewis is a hell of a.
He improved a lot.
He can do whatever he wants. He's gonna do the same thing that he's been doing to have his ass on special teams. He's gonna make a 53-man roster, but he's not touching the field when it's unless we up by 40 or down by 40.
Right, we're deep at that position.
Out, maybe, you know what I'm saying?
We're deep at that position. Like, I mean,
what y'all think about the kid from LSU undrafted, the Ralph? What you think about him? You think he makes the team?
No, absolutely not.
You don't think he makes the team at all? You think they cut
him? He might make the practice squad. He probably ain't gonna make that.
I think he makes the practice squad, man. I mean, listen to me. I mean, it's always nice to have that.
Yeah, no, I would love to see it.
LSU college football starts in the week.
He did say this: if he doesn't make the team, he's gonna make a team sometime.
He's probably gonna go straight to Canadian, dude.
So college football starts in the week, and all these talk and all these sports media hype is SEC is done. Big Ten and the ACC are the best conferences now, and the SEC is done. Is that a factor that Alabama's so much ahead of everybody that we getting rid of all these coaches now, rest of the conference? I mean, the SEC's been shuffling coaches the past 3 years.
Yeah, but hold on. They're saying that because what? Because Alabama lost the big game.
Alabama lost the game.
They've been running that for the last few years.
Fox. Listen, what? Are you kidding me? I think LSU has like the longest winning streak for non-conference games, which is not the SEC. So we played other teams, Oregon, Wisconsin.
Last year I lost to Wisconsin. Last year, the year before he lost to Wisconsin.
Right,
they did have it.
But they did have it. Well, yeah, you're right about that. But, you know, the whole thing about it is like, listen, LSU could do like most other teams do and play some terrible-ass team the first game. But they don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Well, I think they got I was out in Tennessee and I met a dude. He plays for University of Chattanooga, I think it is. They come in to Tiger State in the second game. But listen to me, that's just downright retarded. I mean, you have and also because that kid stood, what's his name, Lamar Jackson. I think he stood, so that's what they believe in, that he's gonna be back to back.
Oh, the Louisville guy. Yeah,
he's not.
Well, we smoked them in the bowl game.
Listen, he's not gonna be another Heisman. That's not going to happen. I mean,
nobody do it. But
Darin is nice if staying healthy wise.
He's better than Fournette.
Huh?
I said he's better than Fournette.
I wouldn't say better.
Why wouldn't you say better? He has the
record. All around back.
He has the record.
He is. He's one of those guys that can do multiple things.
We're not going for the big name. We're not going for the hype.
I'm not going for. I'm just saying. You watch when Fournette's on, he's better. He's better.
When have you seen Fournette on?
You said when he. Now I know Fournette.
Fournette has more natural.
I played ball with his cousin, so actually I believe with my wife's. I
think Fournette's issue is that the way he runs, I don't know if his body's going to hold up. You know what I'm saying? For him to have the success,
that's what he's here for.
He has the potential to have.
He's here for that.
That's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what he's gonna do in the pros because you seen he was always nagging with something in college. So,
but he was always preparing himself for the NFL. He didn't want to get hurt. He was waiting for that big day.
He didn't play the bowl game, that's another thing.
I didn't like that either.
They're all doing it now. That's what they're doing. All these kids are doing it.
Right, because it's like they're so nervous. Like, what if I get hurt in this game? Because everybody's playing with their heart out. I can't. I got millions of dollars on the table. It's not worth it.
That's why Fournette will go and draft him on my for free. He's not getting drafted in my fantasy on my team at all. Just because you got that. First of all, you got to have the heart.
That's why I'm
once you start backing out on your peers.
Let's make money off your
life. You start to lose credit.
Money, sign autographs.
It's a different life.
I agree with you.
I'm not agreeing with the school paying them, but I'm agreeing. I agree. Like if they make a video game, let them make money off themselves off the video game.
I'm with you.
Let them sell their own jerseys. I think these kids need to be able to sell off their own material.
That's what I think too.
I'm not sure the schools can afford to pay these kids, but I'm all for that.
A lot of the big echelon colleges can. I mean, Alabama's, the LSU,
the Michigan, but I mean,
they can. But I mean,
they corner the market.
Could UL afford to pay somebody?
Right. Well, here's the deal, and they can even restrict how they spend, like because they are children. They are, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're young men, fresh out of high school. You start throwing millions of dollars at an 18-year-old, you have to watch how he's going to act. So I think they should be able to restrict how they go about. Like, they should be able to get that money from advertisements, but not be released to them until after college. Or a percentage. You know, they should be able to get a percentage to live off of.
Players are getting paid down. If you like it or not, from here, NCAA is getting paid.
Any college
they're getting paid one way or the other. Families getting taken care of.
Right.
But again, but we're gonna go
back legally.
So Cruz says, he's gonna be out the league 5 years. Of course, I mean running backs right now they're dime and double.
I'm about to say if you put odds on it, you're right. I mean that's not a bold statement.
The lifespan of an NFL player on average is like 2-3 years. You know what I'm saying? Like if you divide all the players up and divide it into it's like 2-3 years. That's not a bad
I had a conversation with the guy. He was an all-pro LSU guy on the defense. In your estimate, if game time, literally from whistle to whistle, on the defensive end, what is the average minutes per game that a defensive player plays?
So about college or about pro?
Well,
remember the
college is this a starter? Is this a second string?
No, from starter. From whistle to whistle, from play to play, how many minutes per game does an average starter play?
Okay, so you got to figure it's 15 minutes a quarter.
From whistle to whistle.
Listen, it's 15 minutes a quarter.
Now listen to my question. Whistle to whistle.
You around 15, 20 minutes.
Per play. From
snap to tackle.
Snap to tackle, bang. And then
maybe 8 minutes. Maybe 8 minutes.
Actual all-out play.
Maybe 8 minutes.
Per game.
Well, the average drive probably lasts about 8 minutes. That's a good drive.
That's a good drive, right?
You're not talking about running clocks.
We're talking about actual
snap to snap, like the play itself. Each play has about
snap to the whistle.
Probably 10 minutes.
5.5 minutes per game. An average defense starter plays per game. Burst.
Now, what about college? So when they
6 seconds per play.
What about college?
Average 5.5 6 seconds per play. 40 snaps per game.
Then what about college?
5.5 minutes. That's how much they play.
Well, listen.
Right, but they're going.
What about college that run a spread, no offenses that run a play every 8 seconds?
Roland Bobay said they had actual guys on the field from hut, and as soon as the whistle blew, they stopped.
I don't believe
5 seconds.
What about these college? What about these Big 12 teams that have these kids?
They run no.
I'm not talking about standing there waiting for the play. I'm talking about actual.
Yeah, but they don't run this 30-second play clock. These guys snap, run a play, line right back up.
Right, he's talking about snap. He's talking about getting to the quarterback, getting back lined up.
Right,
snap to the whistle.
Right. Yeah.
But 5.5 6.
But he's talking about.
Okay, so you're saying 5.5
minutes.
minutes that way, then I'm gonna say. If you're going up against a team like Oregon, I'm gonna have to go at about 8 minutes because Oregon is running and gunning. I mean,
a lot of people don't realize that.
You know what I mean?
That's what their coaches say. Well, the guy's been on the field for 40 minutes or 30 minutes.
Yeah, but you got to factor in adrenaline too, man.
Yeah, but
all that's factored in.
He's only playing 6 seconds per snap.
Yeah, but dude,
just think of.
But you have never thought that way, though. You have never actually broke that down.
Well, and I can go out and say, and that's the energy level that they're playing at. Like he said, like you only good for 5.5, 6 minutes playing at that
per game.
Just
per game. I'm just saying the adrenaline level has you out there even after the play. You're not just standing around. Your adrenaline.
You guys thought of it that way, right? I mean, that's just an odd way of thinking.
You don't think of it like that because looking at it like that way is technically bullshit. Because you got to remember something. When you down in a 3-point, 4-point stance, that's taking a toll on your body. And mentally, you thinking, listen, man, I watched this guy come in motion on film. All right, he's going motion left to right. Right. Your mind's going so much that even if you was only to play 5.5 minutes, you mentally played three whole
That's
games.
It's exactly what I'm saying.
You're playing mentally.
It's the stress level. Like, think about, dude, just normal, average, everyday mental stress of having a rough day, not physically, just mentally having a tough day will wear you out, bro. It will wear you out. So
we have the game on right now at the ball.
So we can touch on we can touch on football for a minute. I read a story about Mr. Mystical.
Yeah, he said
Michael Tyler's back in the news again.
Yeah, it's sad, man.
Yeah, sexual harassment, huh?
No, rape charge. Another one.
Look,
woman out of Shreveport.
And this is what I can say about it. And I'm not going to take on it and say, we're not going to dwell real deep.
Oh, no, just touch.
But Mystical, I met him. He's one of the funnest guys you can be around. Like for him being a superstar and you being an amateur, when you get to be around him, he makes you feel good about being around him.
Unlike some other,
you know what I'm saying? And I don't know what's going on because this isn't the first time this happened to him, but it's either one or two things. Either he has some serious issues he has to touch on, or he's hanging around the wrong crowd. And especially at his age, you can't be fucking around. He's 46, I think.
He's in his 40s.
You can't be fucking around with people who are getting into things like that. Like you got family to feed, you got kids at home. He had an upcoming show. I was on Pandora. Pandora sent me a message, buy Mystical tickets.
He was on tour.
He's running around playing around
he's got a rape charge.
He's got a rape
$2 million bond. They haven't found him.
So what they have
he's got finished serving time.
Because they have copy of his DNA from prior charges, like FBI. You know what I'm saying? Right. So they found his DNA supposedly.
Again, it's an allegedly accusation from a woman that's 42 years old that said Mystical raped her.
Well, listen. And I'm gonna touch on this, and I don't even like touch on this, but here's a fact: was this at his hotel room? Was this at a house?
That's what I'm saying.
Where? All right, it's in Shreveport, but where was? Was they drinking? Did she go back to Mystical's room with him after a show? And what she thought they was going up to go watch Netflix and chill?
Yeah.
Let's keep it 1,000.
Well, that's why
the R. Kelly thing going on right now, because he said that he had sex slaves. Listen, they didn't have double deadbolts on the door. The door was always open. They said that they left and came. They left and they came as they pleased. So you're not a sex slave in that situation.
And this is what I have, and that's why I actually made it known that you're fucking with the wrong people. You've got to be real. You got to keep your circle small, loyal, and legit. And he's just
Now, granted, dude, I don't want to dishearten legitimate rape cases because they happen all the time.
Right.
But there are definitely women out there that they don't get what they want. Mm-hmm. They could throw that charge out every time, and it's kind of a catch-22 because you don't know which way to go. You know what I'm saying? You've got to just be careful. You got to make sure almost even your groupies are solid. Right.
When you have
we don't know for those people that did, man. That's not ladies and guys get raped too apparently, but it's not y'all fault if something like that does happen to y'all. So that's not what we're trying to say right now. Right. I just want clear it up too. That's not what we're trying to say.
We are at the Bayou Swamp Bowl right here on Parish Road with Darin Burna, Paul Higgnz, Pat Raleigh, and myself. Any questions? We live.
We can go. And to tell you, I was thinking about this today, Darin. We just get off the subject of some negative shit. Remember, we're going back to good old times.
Uh-oh.
Wait, remember?
Listen, my wife's watching.
Wait. Let me get one thing. Let's go with the floods, right? We're going to go with the floods in New Orleans.
Let him go.
I just read an article pertaining to us in St. Bernard Parish.
Yeah,
we got 8 pumps.
We got the same issue.
I heard we got 8 pumps right? 7 people manning the pumps. 8 pumps, 7 people manning the pumps.
Well, one of them hasn't been fixed since like I think it's in the back of June.
8 pumps, 7 people. People get off at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. From 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock in the morning, nobody's manning the pumps.
Yeah, but I'm sure
they're saying there's an article saying St. Bernard is the next community to get the flood. So at what point in time do we decide as a community to stand up and say, let's be proactive and not let's have this happen?
Let me ask you this.
Before we underwater again.
Let me ask you this. The article you read, it says they work till 5 o'clock every day.
Yeah, they get off at 5.
I mean, there's no situation where they would be on call to where, okay, if there's a storm coming at 6 o'clock, they couldn't go back.
They got in touch with 3 people at one point in time to come back and man 3 pumps.
Well, if that's the case, the other 4 need to get the fuck out of there because the other 4 obviously are going to know that, oh, shit's about to hit the fan. It's about to rain. I better get to where I need to be. And,
I mean, is it proper to have that?
They couldn't be in the military because you have to be
McGinnis
on call. Like, when you got to man something, like, you can't be just fucking away from your phone.
McGinnis said
you know what I'm saying?
he said that we know about the issue and it's a financial issue and we've been, talking about it for a while now. And like at that point,
it's too late.
When that's out,
it's not too late. We ain't flooded, so it's not too late.
Not too late.
But so
and then on the other end, if it's an issue of them not wanting to pay these guys to come back, then it's on.
Right, it's on the parish. The problem, they're blaming finances on the issue.
Oh, we're about to kick off.
They should have a night shift. They should have a day shift, and they should have a fucking night shift. Or at least half the guys work a night shift.
Are we down to have a tax raise in order to pay these people?
Well, they didn't bring that word up yet.
Oh,
everything
is, but I mean, somebody's got to pay them.
Right, that could be the whole reason why they wrote this article. We can go that deep and say, "Ooh, this could be a chance for us to get a little extra money at the boots because
we're gonna ride the hills.
See what's going on in the city. We can tell them we got the same problem, and then they'll fucking pay us.
They're not even starting rivers.
Right. Well,
San Diego's not even starting rivers tonight.
It's bullshit.
Breeze ain't gonna study.
If rivers ain't starting, Breeze ain't starting.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Y'all come back to the podcast.
This is dumb, man. Like, why? Like, I don't even understand what the hell's going on right now. The good thing right now is we're gonna get to see Lattimore play. Lattimore's playing.
I kind of see what you're saying right here. Like, for the people that would bitch about the pumps, are you willing to pay for them? Are you willing to pay the extra tax money to man these pumps?
Okafor. I mean, listen, he's a stud. So, listen, man, let's what you gonna say about our story here?
Shout out to Carl Steckman.
Lord have mercy, my stepdad. Carl Steckman is my stepdad. He helped raise me, man. Carl's a top-notch dude, man.
You know where I'm going now, bro. That was some of the funnest times we ever had as team, like freedom. And then it wasn't Carl's fault. Remember, you were staying there by yourself. We were I had to be 15.
Well, Carl and my mom had split up.
Right.
So Carl actually didn't stay there. Carl gave the trailer to my mom, and my mom ended up getting incarcerated. But that's pretty much how that went down. You know,
and it was pretty much free for all. The whole crew. You've ever seen 50, 60 people hanging out in the trailer at one time? We had good times.
Don't forget about Halloween going through Lexington Place, man. All of us, man, mobbed up. You know what I mean? So that was nice. But
they knew we were coming.
Yeah, we used to have some traditions back in the day, dude. They were, back were a lot stronger than what they are now.
Oh yeah, the kids don't have a clue.
Kids don't do nothing like we used to do.
Listen,
go to a field near your house. Go to an empty field near your house and tell me how many kids are playing in. Zero. But when we was kids, we had pickup football games, kickball, softball. We did everything.
We go to Channel 4 field.
Look, let's get on to this football real quick. It looks like the Saints falls to 3-0. Which, hey, let's keep it 100. It's not Rivers, but listen, the Saints' first string defense right now, preseason wise. I mean, let's look at it. I mean, this is the second game in a row where the team went 3-0.
I think they're going to be better.
Everybody said, "Oh, they lost to Cleveland." Listen, nobody gives a shit about winning or losing.
Preseason, dude.
Again, you're trying to fail.
New England goes for 0-4 in preseason.
We know who the
starters
starters are.
You know
who your starters are. You know who your second shooters are. You're trying to.
Well, listen to me. Right now, as far as defense, we do not know who our starters are. We do not. You have very, very few that know who the starters are. You know who your safeties are. You know who cornerbacks we kind of thin. You still don't know who's going to start. You don't know who's going to be your D tackles.
Now, are we starting our defense tonight?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Three and out of them just now.
You can promise the ones, dude. They got to. That's their.
Goodbye. Just was talking about the rookie. Did I not just now mention the rookie?
Well, he's going to get it. He won his job. He got a
job. He's been there.
I'm not going to say no names, but I have a friend who actually plays for the Saints, right? So what he said was Marshall Faulk was at one of the practices. He said of all of the people he's seen coming through the league, he said the person that he would describe that fits him best as far as structure, catching the ball,
like
running
someone
the ball.
Who plays like Marshall. Like Marshall said, my game is like
Marshall
this guy right here.
Marshall said that this kid right here. Marshall said this kid right here is the only person that he can think that is like a mold of himself.
Right.
And look what he did. I just was telling everybody. I mean, the kid's
actually got to see Corey.
It's on tape.
High school. Played for Carver High School, right downtown in the little neighborhood.
I mean,
you see Marshall fall. You holler Matt. He will turn around and acknowledge you.
Yeah, they used to be in the district together.
He will acknowledge
you know. Well, he I saw his story. The NFL Network made a special about him, and he was a basketball player. Like that's what he wanted to do. And football coach came and told him and said, "Look, bro, if you want, do you want to be stuck in the hood for the rest of your life? If you want to get out, if you want your chance to succeed and get away from this place, you need to play football." And he had to come to a decision. Either I'm going to listen to what this coach has to say, or I'm going to do what I want to do. And he was educated enough to just go 100% to football, bro. And look what it did. I mean, he knew that he needed to get away from the city, and it was bad. His walk to practice every day, he had to worry about something happening.
Well, back in probably when Falk was at his high school, it wasn't as bad per se because it was still a transition period. But Marshall, I graduated 20 years ago. Marshall probably graduated 23 years ago. He was a senior when I was a freshman. Right. Actually, I was in dance, so I actually got to see him play. So again, 25 years ago in the middle of the night was probably not that bad.
He's in the East, right? Florida project.
What's that?
Where was he at?
It was Carver. I think he went right off the Catherine. Was it Catherine or?
I think he was in the East.
Nah. It's not Catherine, but
is that the Melf?
Tupelo.
No,
right off
that's
Tupelo.
Uptown.
That's called him?
Right off Tupelo.
Okay. Oh, right here. Mm-hmm. Right here.
Right where the library's at, where that school on Cleveland, take a right, and it's back in that little neighborhood.
Oh, okay. All right. So, yeah.
St. Bernard, Chalmette had played some of the best football players that had went on to the NFL. Right. I mean, there's countless. I mean, we had some
Peyton.
Yeah, Peyton.
Yeah, but
Eli.
I can tell you.
My cousin Ricky.
All the Newman players.
I can tell you a story about my brother.
ODB?
Yes.
Brother went.
Yeah. But didn't Landry go there too? Where Landry went?
Johnson. No, ODB went to Newman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That went to Newman. I really want to say Jarvis Landry might have went to
O'Hara Walker.
No, I think he went to maybe Destrehan, huh? I don't know, but he's from here too. You know what I mean? Listen, we have a lot of ball players.
Well, basically, we have the most NFL players per capita.
Well, I'll tell you, my brother told me a story about Peyton, and he's older than Peyton. Peyton's 42-ish or something?
I'm 37, so Peyton's 41.
Yeah,
41. Okay, so 41.
He had to play the same in high school. He played that same in high school.
My brother played at Hand. My brother was going to Hand at the time. And Peyton was probably a freshman because he was a senior. So, he said he had it. Right? He was a safety. They ran a safety blitz, on paper. And this is just to go to say, like, how elite Peyton was, like, when it comes to genetics. He said he came behind, hitting blindside as hard as he can. Got there hitting blindside as a senior and went and pretty much hitting and fell. And Peyton just dropped, just threw it. He finished his play, turned around, looked at it, and went back in the huddle. Like,
who was the end on that side?
Again, we are at the Bayou Swamp Ball.
Wrap it up.
Mr. Snapper, Mr. Darin has taken it over. They're the new owners. They are here. How many days a week, Darin? Are you open?
Well, for right now, we're gonna be open 6 days a week.
Are you hiring anything right now?
We will be.
What days?
We're gonna be Monday through Saturday right now, only because
No Saints games?
Saints games will be here. We shooting for opening game because this wall behind you, we're gonna have a drop down. We're gonna put us a nice big flat projector right here, so that way we can have it surround sound. We're trying to do it. We management right now. We will be taking over ownership soon. But for right now, we're still under management.
Any changes? Any lineups? Anything coming new? Anything
Listen,
coming out next week. Got CJ Bird. I know coming out.
Yes, man, definitely, man. And not only that,
shout out to CJ.
Yeah, definitely shout out to CJ. And we already booked. DJ Richie Clement. He's going to be playing. He's going to be having his birthday party here coming up. Not sure when that's going to be, on a Friday night. On Fridays, you would have the incredible DJ Todd spinning every Friday.
Todd was here the other day.
Yes, but that's why Todd is going to be our resident DJ on Fridays. Saturday, we're going to mix it up in between some bands and some DJs. This week, we're going to have DJ Todd, and then we will be having Saturday, we have Night Train, which everybody loves Night Train.
Back to play some oldies,
yeah. It's going to be a little bit of oldies. They do a little bit of swamp pop. They do a little bit of
Wayne Brown.
Mr. Wayne Brown.
Yeah, we know.
So he's going to be Saturday, and tomorrow I'm going to be trying to get in touch with Jake in the Nifty 50s, man. And if that goes through, that's going to be from my mother-in-law.
So when should people start expecting Darin's world famous chalkboard oysters being served up in here?
Listen, well, look, hey, fellas, it goes like this. We're in August, so we gotta wait. We gotta wait at least until September. We don't have no R's in it, but. We got to figure out exactly what the permits and stuff with that is, because it's different. But yeah, man, I plan on throwing down some oysters for sure, man. And if not, I better sell them. But we can have us a little.
You said you had some plans. Yeah, I heard you had some plans for the place. What are the actual plans for this area? What are your hopes? What are your goals? Where are you trying to go? What are you trying to do with the new place?
Well, this is the deal. Me and Snapper,
shout out to Snapper, yo.
Yeah, man. The good thing about Snapper, man, me and Snapper, is we talk. Like, I text him at 2 in the morning, give him an idea, and he'll be like, yeah, what we talk about tomorrow. But if something comes in my head, that's my partner. So we want to make sure. We're gonna keep this. This is probably the best backdrop of a stage I say around. Everybody really can't see too much of it right now. But
this is a beautiful.
We can see it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
We'll be shooting a video. We're gonna be using this set for a video.
You know what I'm saying? Sure. So you have 3 dartboards in here already, 1 pool table. That's gonna change. We're gonna go ahead and put another pool table in on the right side. Coming up right here, we're gonna move the jukebox. We're gonna put that entire wall with dartboards.
Right.
And up here, we're actually going to have 2 dartboards also. But the catch to it is, the dartboards are not going to stay up there because we like the wall. So you're just going to have the brackets for the dartboards, and when platinum players, right? But no, only platinum teams. If I don't have a platinum team,
you don't want me shooting on this wall. Yeah,
right. Platinum teams, because they're good. They don't go off the board much. But not only that, so we're going to have some lights right there. We changed up the lights a little bit outside already. We're going to probably put some either purple, black lights onto the sign outside to make it pop a little bit more. We're going to fill that back up. We're going to have some goldfish in there, because that's actually a pond right there. So most people don't realize that that's a pond because it's been empty so long, but we're going to fill that
some
up.
redfish or some trout or something, man.
Oh, man, listen, I'm not trying to get in trouble. My wife would be like, man, what you doing? Listen, the redfish almost bit my line twice.
I went fishing with him last year, man.
So that's pretty much what
we got the deer heads. You go hunting and everything in here now.
Right. We're gonna we got a couple people who's done message us about wanting to play here. We're gonna bring in some more bands, like I said, some more DJs.
Thanks for having us Friday night.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it, man. Y'all did good, man. The sound was kind of good, but hey, we figured it out.
Right.
Yeah.
We're gonna put some more fish up in here, and then we're gonna put some trawls up. We make it. Listen, if the bayou, it's the bayou swamp,
you gotta get the swamp
man.
atmosphere.
You got it right. And then for Halloween, we're gonna try getting somebody to build us a rogaroo.
Get your Rougarou over there.
I had to dress you up. You got
to come to the podcast.
Like you, so you can just hobble around. You know what I'm saying?
From what my parents, you can't fix ugly. Right here, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, well, it is what it is,
you can't fix ugly.
We
we starting to see a lot of people watching the game right now. So
the Bayou Swamp movement is in full effect.
Yeah.
And you're gonna see that in the music too, because I got some plans, but we're not presenting that on the table yet. It's coming soon.
But I mean, what we plan, just get you a little something. We dropped our prices, man. Drink prices, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We want people to be able to come out, drink, have a good time.
I feel like
not feel like that they're getting raped.
You trying to make it feel like home, man.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I want everybody to feel like, even though that me and Snapper will be the owners of this, I want everybody to feel like this is their place, like the old Doghouse. Everybody felt at home.
Doghouse.
You didn't have to really have security because nobody even thought about bringing somebody who was under 21 because they knew it just didn't fly and they didn't want their place to get shut down. If one of your friends acted like an ass, you corrected your friend. Nah, man, we don't do that here.
Yeah.
You understand? That's what I want. I want everybody to feel comfortable here. If we have anybody, come in and they think there's a way that we can improve something, we down
and
for
it
that
starts
too, man.
up top.
Rachel Lehouse said she has to come get some drinks and party in the place.
When you have douchebag ownership, you're gonna get a douchebag atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just being honest. But we're gonna call this tonight. The Saints game started. Thank y'all for participating in tonight's podcast.
There he goes, Michael Thomas.
Thank you, Darin.
We're gonna enjoy the Saints game like you guys are doing.
Thank y'all.
And we will see you guys next week, next Sunday. So we'll be talking
next
more.
week. We got Jerome Combo.
We got Mr. Combo, Mr. Sports Guru himself.
Sports Guru. So it's gonna be.
Might do round 2 right here.
Be a little more sports talk, and it's football season.
Maybe an extra
gotta be. It's football season. That's gotta be part
We'll
of
have
the
fight
agenda.
recap next week. First, before we go, Darin, predictions on the fight next week. The spectacle.
You're talking about this bullshit that's happening.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it 100. I think Mayweather wrong boxing. I do. Golden Boy busted his ass, and they gave him that. Then he got the cheap shot. That's 2 fights that should have been L's on his record. Well, 1 no contest, 1 was an L for sure. But I'm going to have to say, in boxing, you have to give it to the greatest defensive boxer of all time. Not the greatest boxer of all time. The greatest defensive boxer. Rocky Marciano is the greatest boxer of all time. Okay? But the greatest defensive boxer is Floyd, because he's going to get some points, and then he's going to run. The dude should run a marathon. But I'm going to say, if it goes any longer than 5 rounds, then Floyd wins by unanimous decision. He's not going to knock Conor out. The dude hasn't knocked out anybody besides, I think, his wife a couple years ago.
Just to touch on it, Floyd had took out action saying if McGregor participated in any type of MMA movements,
he loses 90% of his purse.
If McGregor, again, makes any type of MMA
movement
towards Mayweather.
Yeah, but that got changed. Now he can't be kicked. He can't be kicked.
He doesn't want to be hold. He wants to be grabbed. Any kind of MMA type movement.
That's bullshit.
McGregor loses 90% of the purse.
Mayweather, they grab. They do it all the time. Like boxing. They
grab.
And it's certain he doesn't want to be drugged or he wants to be
remember something now. Remember something though, McGregor, people hate on McGregor, but let me tell you something. The man's smart. I know that we're losing some people, but let me tell you something right now. The man's smart. You know that they switched the ounces of gloves.
Yeah, with the 8 ounce.
They went to 8 ounce. Now, I don't know if that helps McGregor or not because Floyd's fast.
It's still double.
Floyd's fast.
When he does hit him, he's going to feel it. Though.
Right, but now,
it's still double the ounce of MMA gloves.
I'm just curious. It all depends on what kind of hands McGregor has at all. We won't really know until after the first.
Did you say what kind of hands he has?
What kind of hands?
Did you see
Did you not watch
his workout video where they made fun of him? His little
I love McGregor.
He was playing around, man. Let me tell you something. Did you not watch any of McGregor's
Mayweather breaks his hand all the time.
Hey, listen to me. McGregor's got some nice hands, man, in the ring. Now, he's not going to be able to toss Floyd to the ground and bust that ass on some ground and pound, but he's got some decent hands. But like I said, if it lasts as long as 5 rounds, it's going to be, it's going to be a couple.
Yeah, McGregor's got to catch that man right.
Will Lutz with a field goal. The Stewart actually made one.
Again, we'll be back next Sunday with Mr.
Fight
Jerome,
recap. Yeah, we got fight recap.
Mr. Jerome Combo.
Means you got to watch it.
Mr. Sports Guru himself. Well, he got his own radio station locally, so we'll be talking probably mostly sports. Again, with Paul, Pat, myself.
Hey, if you got any questions during the week or anything,
shoot us some
shoot us
questions.
a message. Or follow the D-by-D page.
D-by-D
podcast.
Follow the
August
page.
20th.
Follow the YouTube page, Higgnz.
Right.
Higgnz. You can get all our content there, music, podcasts.
Right.
We do blogs. We do a little bit of everything.
And we're trying to find a resident, so the Swamp Ball might be our residence. We're trying to figure that out. So,
y'all have a good night. Enjoy the game.
Peace out.
We're going to have to shut the thing off. I'm going to hit you with a milk.
Save it. Don't cancel it.